Hello, Ree. Good morning and welcome to That's Football. Antonio Conte is going to Spurs. This is the story we're waking up to this morning. As a Manchester United fan, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, another great white shark comes and rips your legs off. It's just, I can't believe, last week was bad enough. I can't believe United allowed a manager to stay in place after 1 point from 12 and being smashed at home to Liverpool. Antonio Conte sat there all week going, I'll take the job if you want me. I'll take the job. Ollie then picks a back five to beat Spurs, which is basically Conte's way. And then Spurs sack Nuno, who's only been there for 3 or 4 months and has actually played 4 of the traditional top 6. And he's only 2 points behind United, who've only played 2 of the traditional top 6. They sack Nuno and then they bring in Conte. I mean, first of all, it's so Spursy. I mean, Spurs wanted Conte in the summer. They don't offer him what he wants. They go for Nuno. They then sack Nuno and give Conte what he wants. I mean, it's typical Spurs. They should have. Imagine if Conte gone to Spurs in the summer, what position they'd be in now. But I tell you what, Spurs are on the up. This is the amount of Chelsea fans who are not happy about Conte going to Spurs. Conte's record is superb. It's a dangerous move for him. But I tell you what, if he's been offered the money from Levy and the squad that they've got already and the stadium they've got, go back to my video. I mean, I'm not going to link it. I think I put a tweet out last night with the video in the link. I said Spurs are the new Arsenal. There's a video I did on this channel in the summer where I said Spurs are the new Arsenal. And I basically said Nuno is bad for Spurs. Like, you've sacked Mourinho, who plays a certain brand of football. Then you bring Nuno in, who's an Aldi version of Mourinho. I mean, it's very rare in football you can say that's definitely not going to work. But with Nuno, I said it, and a few other people said it as well. So sacking him after 3 or 4 months, I mean, it's not nice for him, but it's the right decision. Like, they never should have gone for him in the first place. The football's abysmal, and he doesn't suit what Spurs is all about. Conte is going to be very interesting at Spurs. I think it's the right move for him, and if he's got the backing, they become a very dangerous proposition. Spurs, for the first time in a long time, might actually become a team that's a threat. And not since Pochettino took you to the Champions League final have you been that. He will get that team going. I think he will revitalise that team. Whether they can get in the top 4 race, well, why wouldn't they get in the top 4 race? They're only 2 points off United, who are one of the favourites to get top 4. So, and as I said, they've played a lot of difficult games already. So I think it's an interesting game, an interesting appointment from Spurs. I mean, it's not over the line yet, but I think it very much soon will be over the line. And I think it's a fantastic appointment for them. And they've acted like a big club. They've acted decisively. They've seen an opportunity and they've taken it. And I'm intrigued to see what Conte is going to do, because you look at David Moyes at West Ham, they want 4th. You look at Arteta with no European football, they're fresh enough to go for 4th. You've then got Tuchel, Pep and Klopp, and now you've got Conte. There's 6 teams there that are going to be in that top 4 race. And then you've got United with Ollie, who basically is just like, I'm ripping up my plan for the last 2.5 years. I've built a team around a 4-2-3-1. I've got too many attackers as it is, and now I'm going to take an attacker out of the team to bring a defender in, and I haven't got loads of centre-backs. So United are swimming in uncertainty with a board that's just clueless. I mean, that football club is just full of clueless people and incompetence. Whereas Spurs have now got a competent manager. We obviously know that West Ham have. Arsenal are on the mend. I mean, look, maybe even Leicester can get back into it, but then you've got Pep, Klopp and Tuchel as well. It's looking... I mean, Conte into the Premier League is good for the Premier League. Conte to Spurs is good for Spurs. Is it good for my club? No, it's not. Is it good for teams like Arsenal? No, it's not, because it makes Spurs stronger. But from a Premier League point of view, it's very, very interesting. And I just think Spurs made a big, big mistake going for Nuno in the summer. As I've said before, but they've rectified that mistake ridiculously quick. They could have just said, they could. It's quite rare for a club to go after 3 months of a season, you're sacked. Very rare. And they could have given him the season, and I tell you what, that season was only going to go one way. And I think sometimes it's interesting that there's not a lot of people saying, oh, it's ridiculous. Watford have done this sort of thing before and they'll go, it's bloody ridiculous. I actually don't think what Spurs have done is ridiculous. I think it's very clear that Nuno is not a good fit for Spurs, and the reaction to it is that of a club that's ambitious. Spurs haven't got a trophy cabinet, it's empty, we all know that. But you can't knock what they've done here. It's ambitious, it's spotting a mistake and it's rectifying the mistake. And more importantly, if you're a Spurs fan, it's a football decision from football people. And that's all you want with your football club. My football club, Manchester United, is always a business decision with business people. They didn't sack Ollie last week because there's people on the board who gave him a 3-year contract and gave Phelan a contract just a couple of weeks before. And they don't want to look like idiots. So they're protecting their reputation over the millions and millions of United fans who want us to be a football club. Spurs, well look, Daniel Levy or whoever appointed Nuno. 3 months later, they're sacking him. Are they going, I can't sack him because at the end of the day, I'll look like an idiot? They're like, no, I will sack him because I want a football club and I'm going to bring Conte in to rectify the mistake. The best people in the world are the people that are able to make a decision and accept they did something wrong and put it right quickly. And this is United. They compound their mistakes by not rectifying it. So, look, Conte to Spurs. It's a good signing for them. And let's see if it actually gets over the line. But he's flying into London. He wants to do the deal. And, of course, what that means is, even though United have got Man City on Saturday, Man United have obviously let it be known that they're not interested in Conte, which means they're sticking with Ollie no matter what, or they've got somebody else they're looking at, which nobody knows who that is. So a mess for United, a coup for Spurs, and a correct decision by Spurs. And I think that they will benefit from this decision. I think it's going to be a very interesting watching what Spurs are going to do now. And I can only applaud them for it as much as I'm fed up with what's going on at my club. And I must just say, Solskjaer can't sack himself. This is on the Glazers. This is on Ed Woodward. Their incompetence has been causing problems at this club for many a year. And it is about the boards here. It's about how Spurs have reacted and how United have reacted. United have reacted slowly. Spurs have reacted decisively. So let's see what happens. But Conte to Spurs is about to mix things up. And you know what? The bottom line is Conte to Spurs could finish above Ollie. And, we'll have to wait and see. Thanks everyone for watching. Get your comments in below. Smash a like, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon.